And we're live. Hey guys, I'm Wolfie. This is the first official live of 2025. Man, absolutely crazy. Supposed to do it last night. Obviously, things came up, so I do apologize for everyone who showed up to that. I do apologize, but hey, you know, we're here now. Things are rolling. Things are going. Like it's actually happening. A little 5 minutes late, but that's not too bad. That's not too bad, right? So, and as people come in or anything like that, want to comment or whatever, just got to throw it out there right now. We're brought to you by, as you guys know, water. It's really good for you. It's good for your body. It's good for your organs. It's good for your bowels, as Poggy would say. Well, old co-host of mine would say. So, be sure to drink your water. H2O. It's the way to go. Hey, stop it. Cat's misbehaving. Niners for life in the house. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Today, what we are going to talk about is, honestly, I've decided to do something new this year just because I feel like that's kind of how things are nowadays. It's like the new way of approaching things where you kind of just go live and you just chill and you just talk with the chat and then you just do stuff. Like we're still going to talk about the latest news of San Francisco 49ers, such as injuries, the Raiders game and, Salah's defense. We're still going to have like subjects to talk about, but I'd much rather like do this new approach of where you're just chilling, you're going live. If things are not happening, things are not happening. If things happen. We do some stuff like some quizzes. There's some, look up some memes, some fun things, just have more of a good time. And I think that's kind of like the new approach I kind of want to do with these lives. That way it's a little more engaging with you guys. And it's just not me talking and babbling and just being like, it's all about me and my perspective. I really thought about it and I was like that, this is probably the way to go. Even if, like I don't need to fill in the gaps all the time. Like everything doesn't need to be, gap filled and you just go live and stuff. Kind of like, I don't know if you guys watch, Moist Critical, his lives are just him just going live, talking about things, recent events and stuff, except for here we're talking about just football stuff. I'm going to look up memes. So I got a couple quizzes that we're going to do and stuff like that. And just things that nature, just hang out for an hour, 15 minutes or whatever. And if it goes longer than that, it goes longer than that. But that's going to be like the new format of how I'm going to approach things. So like right now, we got 6 people in the live. I appreciate you guys. But just get the party started, I guess I'll just start talking about a couple things that are happening with the San Francisco 49ers. Injuries, man, crazy. Absolutely nuts, dude. I honestly thought the injury thing would be a lot different for the San Francisco 49ers this year. I really honestly thought they would. And just because you think they would learn from last year and do something different, which they have. They have been doing different things this year compared to last year, but like, it just seems like no matter what they do, injuries are going to follow them. The football gods are showing zero mercy to the San Francisco 49ers. Dillard, the backup swing tackle, plays for 2 days. He's out for the rest of the season. Kevin Givens out for the rest of the season. Players are hurt from. Like they're not even like they're serious injuries, but they're out for like a month. But it's like a patch of players. It's not just one player. It's like a whole patch. Like you go from July. There's quite a bit of players injured. They come back in August, and then another patch of players get hurt again in August. And it just seems like there's going to be this trend where 7 to 8 players at a time are going to be out for an entire month. That's what it seems like. Now that's going to be a tall order for Kyle Shanahan, Robert Saleh, the special teams unit, even this entire team. The entire injury situation is going to be crazy. And I feel like this is going to be an all year thing. The only thing that would scare me, honestly, injury wise, that would give me pause and think like, okay, these injuries are too much to overcome is if like Brock Purdy got hurt, Trent Williams is out for the rest of the season. That would give me a lot of pause. If a couple of our great players, like if Kittle and Nick Bosa goes out, or if Nick Bosa and Fred Warner go out, like something like that happens, I'd be cause for concern. But it does seem like this injury thing is kind of targeting the D-line, which, hopefully Nick Bosa can come back because apparently he's dealing with soreness, which Don't know why. The D-line seems, the cornerback position, and the safety position. The linebacker position seems to be safe, relatively safe. The O-line, from what I got, is being safe. Tight ends are safe. Running back, sort of. Really just, I guess I would say running back because Grendo and Jordan James both got injured. And without a doubt, 110%, the most targeted, injury-prone position it seems so far this year is without a doubt wide receiver. I don't know what happened. I have no idea why that's the case. Wide receivers are just falling like just every single time, every single day, dude. You hear something about a wide receiver getting injured. It's really nuts, dude. It's absolutely mind-blowing. For some reason, the football gods are just targeting the wide. I often think, I'll get you guys' comments in a second. But I just want to say this one last thing. I often think about I don't know if you guys remember the article where someone said the 49ers have a top 5 receiving core. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was like a month and a half ago. I think about that a lot right now. I'm like, that article did not age very well, right? Juwan Jennings dealing with the calf. Ayuk's not coming back. You got Demarcus Robinson is going to be out for 3 games. You got Jordan Watkins. You got everyone just getting injured. Whenever a player starts to flash, it seems they get injured. Upton Stout starts to flash, gets injured. Jordan Watkins starts to flash, gets injured. Whenever someone starts playing good, it's almost like the football gods are like, nope, can't have that. Can't have that. Can't have that. Can't have that. It just, I don't know why. So I often think about that article saying the 49ers had a top 5 wide receiver core. And it's like now people are saying, wow, the 49ers have the worst wide receiver core at this point, which they honestly do. Like, even if these players are looking good in practice, right? Even though, like, they're playing against, like, not even the starters and corners. Lenore recently. But, like, the safeties aren't even there. Some of the D linemen aren't even starting. So it's like, of course, some of these wide receivers that are 5th, 6th, 7th depth wide receivers are going to do good, right? Russell Gage apparently is doing really well. From what I've heard, mainly, and Ricky Pearsall has been doing really good. Outside of that, Cowing, I haven't heard much about him. Last time I heard about him, like they tried throwing a touchdown pass to him, but it got broken up. And because he just recently came back from injury. So the injuries, man, are just it's just there's some things just out of the 49ers' control, and the injuries I just truly believe is out of every team's control, especially this one in particular, because they've done things differently every single year. They go hard, doesn't work. They go soft and like have players take days off, doesn't work. They hire new training staff, doesn't work. There's nothing, I can't think of anything that they have done that they can do differently at this point. It's just so out of their control, whatever is happening with the San Francisco 49ers. And I would say there's other teams out there that are dealing with injuries, like the Lions. They're dealing with serious injuries early, right? They got some serious injuries happening right now that are pretty bad. But injuries do matter at a certain point. When people say injuries don't matter and like it's the next man up type thing, I get kind of frustrated with that because it's true to an extent, right? It's true to a certain extent. Like if Nick Bosa goes out, right? Can you get those 10 sacks back, 12 sacks back if you rotated 2 players? Can you get at least, 80%, 70% of that? Then I guess the injuries don't matter. But if your depth isn't very good, if you go from Nick Bosa to, let's say, Robert Beal, let's say if that was the case, that's a huge drop-off. That is significant. That means something, right? The context matters here of how far of a drop-off are your injuries. Like next man up, how far is the next man up is? Because that player could only be so good, right? Like it really matters how good your players are. If you're saying it doesn't matter, it's just next man up, you are literally telling me that like all players are the same and it's just all scheme. That like talent doesn't matter and it's just all scheme. If you think it's just the injuries don't matter, there is a certain extent to which injuries do matter. Like it really does. And because now you're saying like if Justin Jefferson's out, we're going to get we're going to recoup those yards. We're going to recoup those touchdowns. We're going to recoup those clutch moments. You're not. But if you're going to say those that doesn't matter, it's next man up, then you're saying that those touchdowns don't matter. Those yards don't matter. It's just not the case. If you can't replicate it in some like rotational way, you get a deficiency on some level. And so for the San Francisco 49ers, people are going to say there's no excuse because injuries and blah, blah, blah. It just depends upon how far they have to go into the depth chart to get players. Like if they have to deal with Russell Gage, right, Isaiah Hodgins, that matters. That is a huge drop-off. You're not going to be able to replicate number one wide receiver, type plays. You're not going to replicate those kind of yardages, those clutch plays and stuff like that. You're not going to be able to do that. So it matters. Injuries do matter. And for the San Francisco 49ers, and I know I said that this is definitely my last thing. I'll get to the comments. I hope like there's some sort of karma thing happening here where like if the San Francisco 49ers like are just getting their injuries out of the way now. I know that's not how injuries work, but I'm thinking like in some sort of supernatural, spiritual, karma-esque kind of type way. Like it's like, okay, we're getting the injuries out of the way now so that they recover and they're ready to go for the start of the season. That's kind of like my hopeful. I really do wish that was the case kind of type thing. But we'll see how it goes, and hopefully the 49ers can heal. I feel like the first, definitely, without a doubt, the first 3 weeks, the schedule, who do we play the first 3 weeks? NFL 49ers. Hold on. Let me see who we've played the first 3 weeks. All right, so Seahawks. So we're playing Seahawks, Saints, and Cardinals. 2 division games there. I feel like those are going to be rough because I feel like some players are still going to be coming back from injury, right? Especially Demarcus Robinson coming out. I feel like the first 3 games are going to be rough for the San Francisco 49ers, and hopefully their luck has changed heading into the season. So, all right, here we go. Coffee at 11 o'clock. Don't judge, okay? Don't judge. I was up till like 1 o'clock, all right? Reading a book, but still. Water is goated. It is goated. I love water. Just the side effect of having these restroom 24/7 absolutely sucks. Papa J in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Why are all our players made of glass? I don't know. It's almost like a criteria at this point. Like and subscribe without a doubt. Like, subscribe, be part of the Wolfpack, man. There's not been a long term, which is good, but that doesn't mean they're not a problem. Yeah, without a doubt. It's like a patch of injuries, man. It's like a patch of injuries. Showing some love, that's what I like to see. What sucks more is that most of these major injuries are in some damn positions, wide receiver and secondary. Yeah, it's like digging at one position, just constantly just wide receiver and corner. Absolutely nuts. Luckily, Chase Lucas showed some promise, some of our depth, right? At least we get a good look at our depth. There's some wide receivers that look good, some corners that look good. The safeties like Pinnock, from what I've heard, looks amazing. Marquise Sigel looks really good as well. Richie Grant, I heard, looks good. So at least we're getting a look at some of these depth players, and they're turning out to be good. Like safeties looking promising from what I've heard. We have extremely soft practices. They're short. They have no tackling. We hand out rest days left and right, but we're still injured. So the solution, I assume, is to do the exact opposite. But we did that before, and guess what? They got injured. Like they did that a few years ago, where they were like intense practices, and all they did was get injured. It's like no matter what they do. So it's just crazy. Watkins was so good this offseason too. Him getting injured is a huge blow. It is, man. It is absolutely. I wasn't entirely impressed with Jordan Watkins in the preseason, but it was good. It was good. That deep ball, he was able to get that catch, which was nice. I wouldn't say, a lot of people are saying like he looked amazing, looked fantastic, which if you believe that, that's cool. But me personally, I disagree. I think he looked promising. That's the best way to put it. But yeah, it's just like what I said, where like a player starts to look good, suddenly they get hurt. Out of nowhere, they get hurt. It's weird. Smash it. My heart nearly stopped when I saw that Miguel and CJ got hurt. Yeah, when I heard CJ West got hurt, the hyper knee extension, whatever. Same thing with Miguel. I was like, Jesus, dude, why? Same injury too. Probably gonna be out a few weeks. Probably be out the rest of the preseason. I don't understand, dude. I don't understand. I can see Bosa having a huge bounce back season now that we have a good defensive coordinator. Yeah, like that's kind of plays into what I want to talk about next. Robert Saleh's defense, night and day, dude. We saw just limited snaps of this defense, and you saw scheme, right? You saw you saw the blitz being drawn up. Really great. Chase Lucas, props to him for capitalizing and just going for it, but props to Robert Saleh. We finally have a defensive coordinator that knows how to scheme and use its players. You saw night and day from just a few snaps compared to last year. That's how much of a jump this defense is going to take. And I am without a doubt pumped for Robert Saleh's defense and what he could bring to the table. And for once, hopefully, like when there's a third and long or a turnover by the offense, I can trust the defense to get the ball back or get a stop or whatever, right? Like, for the love of God, that's like the one thing this 49ers defense was missing. It's just hope, right? Like, there's no hope. Like, when there was a turnover, you immediately knew they were going to score at least a field goal. They were at least going to capitalize on whatever would happen for the offense. You had no hope at all. But the Robert Saleh's defense, so glad it's back. Found nice. I just stretched like 20 minutes more. Something. 20 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Like there has to be like this in-depth investigation. Like, because I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything more. Stretch for 20 minutes. Stretch for an hour. Right? Something. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I'll try. I see you, Papa J. Even in New Jersey, if we lose to the Saints week 2, our season is already over. If we lose to the Saints week 2, man, that's going to be a huge blow, dude. That's going to be a huge blow. That's going to hurt. Like, if we lose to the Saints, man, the 49er faithful is going to be the 49er doubtful. It's going to get crazy if we lose to the Saints. If we lose to the Saints, man, I'm just imagining the backlash and the fire Kyle Shanahan and, Grant Cohn's going to go off and even Larry Krueger I can see going off. David Lombardi would have a lot to defend there, like even with the injuries, because to me, the Saints are the worst team in the NFL. So, like, I truly can't think of a scenario where the 49ers lose to the Saints. The Saints are unless Tyler Shough turns out to be like the second coming of Andrew Luck, right? Maybe, but I don't think that's the case, right? Yeah, this we can't lose the Saints. We can't lose the Saints week 2. Like, if we could lose divisional rounds, like I said, I thought it's gonna be a rough start in the beginning, but actually losing to the Saints, that would hurt. That would be a kick in the crotch, dude. That would be. Oh my God, that would be brutal. Do you see Brock playing the series this week? I do. That's from what I heard. From what I heard, Brock is going to play, which I want to see him play. I do think he should get some reps in. Hopefully Trent plays, but probably not. I mean, he's a vet. He's probably not going to play. So, but Trent not playing and Brock going out there is going to scare me, like, quite a bit. Because kind of alluding to what Juan's saying, I hope not. Honestly, Burford would get Brock destroyed is exactly my thought process. Burford is terrible. And it's just because of like one thing there's only one thing that the edge has to do, and that is just speed rush. That's all this edge has to do. If you could speed rush, you're going to get past Burford and you're going to get to the quarterback. That was obviously shown with Benito from practice, from what I heard. Tyree Wilson, right? Tyree Wilson, I've heard, sped past Burford so fast he ran into Purdy's legs, and there's almost a huge, which would have been, holy crap, season ender right there. Season ender, okay? With Tyrese O'Connell shot blocking Purdy in the legs there, that could have ended really bad. But now there's no rules here. If Purdy goes out there and he gets hit like that, that's the game. He chose to go out there, chose to play preseason without Trent Williams, and he gets laid out, man. There is no like, what the heck, you can't do that. It's practice. I want him out there. I want him to play. But my God, it's dangerous. It's going to be dangerous if Burford's going to play left tackle and he's out there. So I am concerned. I am concerned. So hopefully it's just a series or two. That's about it. Brock gets it out fast and doesn't, hopefully Brock gets the ball out fast and doesn't try to do anything fancy, right? Just get the ball out fast, get used to the game speed, and things of that nature. Don't try to do anything crazy. I don't want to see you doing deep balls and holding on to the ball for more than 3 seconds. I absolutely do not want to see that. What I want to see from Brock is quick balls, get them out fast, get used to the speed of the game, get some live action, screens, short play action plays, some slants would be nice, things of that nature. Don't do anything crazy, especially with Burford blocking. Do we know how long Isaac Guerendo is going to be unavailable? I don't know. I do not know. Isaac Guerendo. He's always injured, dude. Luckily, Corey Kiner. Corey Kiner is looking pretty good from what I heard. 1 week ago, he's expected to miss a few weeks, according to this. So if it's been a few weeks, he's probably not going to play for the rest of the preseason, and he'll be back for the regular season. It says a few weeks here. So Isaac Guerendo should be back probably by the start of the season, but he's probably missed the rest of the camp. Not camp, but preseason, which is great because I want to see more of Corey Kiner. Not gonna lie. I want to see more of him. In my opinion, the injuries most devastating. Prince, Pleasance, and Burford look like ass, straight swamp ass. And there's no offense. I agree. There's no depth there. There's no depth. I had hope for Pleasance, but from what I heard from Larry Krueger and all these content creators that are watching camp, he had a nice mandatory mini camp and OTAs, but I've heard this training camp Pleasance has not been good. I've heard Prince is decent. I heard Prince out of the three has been the best, like backup tackle. Burford obviously playing like trash. If Trent goes out or McKivitz goes out, dude, absolutely screwed. Brock Purdy is going to be on his toes, on his heels, whatever you want to say. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be I'm scared. I'm genuinely scared for that depth. I'm sure the 49ers were counting on Dillard, coming back because I believe he was hurt, practiced for 2 days, and from what I heard, Dillard looked really good, looked like the best backup tackle. I was looking forward to seeing him play, and now he's out for the rest of the season. This team is screwed if McKivitz or Trent Williams goes out for the rest of the season. Or if they miss a couple games, it's going to be a big deal with that too. Like Brock Purdy is going to be in danger if either one of those guys goes out. Like that's what it seems like. Guard, from what I heard from guard and center, I've heard that's good. I've heard Hennessy played good. I've heard Hennessy would be a good backup to Brendel. Probably should start. But Hennessy, I've heard looked good. Drew Moss looks like an absolute gem. Connor Colby's looking like an absolute gem. I think Burford should just stick to left guard because I think I think left guard is probably the best position for Burford and can perform there. Ben Barch is injury prone, so that's a bit of a concern. But yeah, so like guard and center seems to be relatively filled. It's just that tackle position against these elite pass rushers are going to play. It's scary. You cannot deny that there's a bit of There's fear there. But that's what happens when you think you could just do patchwork with offensive line. Like I try to avoid harsh criticisms, try to be like understanding of certain things. But I feel like my harsh criticism here is I feel like the number one thing that frustrates me with this team, and it's such a played out song. It's such a played out, it's just, I can't think of the analogy right now for it, but I'm not trying to be redundant here, but it's like the offensive line. I genuinely don't understand the carelessness of it. It doesn't matter what Forrester says. Like, you think Kyle, John, even, one of them would think like, we got to get better there. We got to fill some roles here. I don't know how three people, I don't see how three people, because it's three people. It's not just one person. It's three people. It's Forrester, John Lynch, and Kyle Shanahan. It's three people agreeing that this offensive line is good enough every single year. It's three people. And I genuinely don't understand how the three people can look at themselves and be like, this looks good. If one guy goes down, we're fine. We're going to do just fine. I genuinely don't understand that. Like, because everyone else in the league, like everyone, I'm talking like all the rest of the 31 teams, from what I gather, think offensive line is important. But we're like the one team that does not give a flying about it. It's scary to me because you've had quarterbacks constantly get hurt on this team because the offensive line is so bad. Like that, I just don't know how that doesn't enter your brain. Maybe it's the offensive line why these quarterbacks are constantly getting hurt. How does that not enter your brain? Brock Purdy's been hurt twice, right? He's been hurt major injury-wise twice. Jimmy Garoppolo, injured like multiple times. Trey Lance, injured, trash offensive line. Nick Mullins, CJ Beathard. Like, all these guys got hurt. And it's just like, at some point, you gotta get it at some point. You gotta be like, we don't need a fourth string running back with the fourth pick in the draft, with the fourth round pick in the draft. Right? You don't need that. You don't just need guard depth. You need tackle depth. You need a better center. It's like almost, to me, it seems like they think that guard is the most important position on the offensive line. Like guard. Like that's the most important position. Because they will address guard, but they'll barely address tackle and barely address center. But guard, man, guard's the way to go. Guard is the most important position on the offensive line, according to this team. I don't get it, man. It scares me. I wish this team would figure it out. And Brock Purdy, I want fans to, how do I say this? Like, people are going to say that Brock Purdy's injury prone, when in reality, it's just this offensive line is going to get Brock Purdy hurt, right? There's going to be an unblocked guy, some dude like Burford, some dude's going to speed around and just lay out Brock Purdy. Just lay him out. And it's just like I almost see it coming. Like I genuinely, I knock on wood, okay? But I genuinely see this offensive line getting Brock Purdy hurt. I don't want that to happen, obviously. I want to win a Super Bowl, right? We need Brock Purdy to do that. But I genuinely see this offensive line getting him hurt. Not just him hurt, but Mac Jones too. Like, the entire thing. He's going to be, I feel like Brock, and I hate to say this, but Brock's probably going to be out for a couple games this year at some point. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to set a precedent. I'm not trying to think of excuses. I'm just telling the truth. I feel like at some point Brock's going to have like a sprain, a bruised shoulder, so he's going to be out for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or some shit because this offensive line is trash. So yeah, that's my biggest concern. It's not wide receiver. It's not tight end. It's not running back. It's not D-line. I feel like I like the D-line, what they're doing, even though they got injury issues. I like the linebackers. I like the corners. I like the safety position. The offensive line will forever be my biggest complaint. I'll always cry about it, and I will complain about it for hours if I have to. I have to, but just because I could. How important are our main players to have reps during preseason? Just some. I wouldn't say too much. I mean, they're familiar, right? They're familiar with the game. They just need to get a few snaps here and there. Just get familiar with the speed of the game, hype of the game, stuff like that. Don't need to be out there too long, especially someone like Fred. Just needs to play like a series or two. Nick Bosa, he's been there, done that. Lenore. I feel like our sophomore players probably need to get more reps. Like Green would be nice if he can get out there. D. Winters, I would like for him to play a couple quarters. But if you're talking like Brock, Nick, Fred, Kittle, CMC, all that, like those players, Trent Williams, I would like for them to get like 1 or 2 series for the last 2 games. Outside of that, they're familiar with the game. They understand it. They just need to get back to that understanding, right? Crazy Juice in the house. Good to see you. And I forgot to give Juan a shout out. Juan in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's get pumped and not peed. Let's not get puped, all right? Let's get pumped, not puped. Right. Showing some love. That's what I like to see. I think we'll split with all our division rivals this season. What do you think? It's possible because like the Cardinals tend to play good against good teams, especially against their division rivals. Like that's where they play really good. When it comes to division rivals, Cardinals play hot. I can see that. The Rams, that depends upon Matthew Stafford. Is Matthew Stafford back? Like his back is bad, and he's probably not going to play at all this preseason. So it really depends upon Matthew Stafford. If Matthew Stafford doesn't play, Jimmy Garoppolo is not saving the day. Benson is not saving the day, right? So it really depends upon Matthew Stafford if he can play or if he's back to full form. But the Cardinals, I can see doing it because they always do. Seattle, I think, are not going to be good at all. So I would say no then. I would say no because I don't think Seattle is going to do very well. I feel like there's potential that Seattle might actually go. And it's just because I hate Seattle. Just because I hate Seattle, right? It's not because of that, I promise. I think that Seattle's not going to be good. I think they're probably going to have like 4 or 5 wins this year. So I wouldn't say they split. I would not say a split. I think 49ers are going to sweep probably Seattle. If Matthew Stafford plays, I think the Rams are going to sweep Seattle, and the Cardinals have potential to sweep Seattle. The O-line does suck. What's up, Joe Boyd? I can always count on Joe Boyd, man. The first thing he says, dude. First thing he says, man. Just talking shit. Do not leave Brock out to dry like that behind that O-line that's made out of paper. It's terrible. It's terrible. Yeah. I know it's too early, but maybe we should draft an offensive tackle instead of Nick Martin. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I'm not saying Nick Martin's going to be bad, right? That's clearly one preseason game absolutely doesn't define a player, okay? But he didn't look good to me. Some people made excuses. Like I will say this, the good about Nick Martin is that he showed up to the ball really well. Like he would always get to the ball, he would get to the hole, but he's not good at tackling. Like he does not get good angles, and he's not good at tackling. I heard David Lombardi made an excuse for him where like he was blaming somebody else, like the corner should have done something. And then it could be David Lombardi or was Larry Krueger. I don't know. But just to be real, he did not look great when it comes to tackling. And I don't want to see that, right? If he can figure out his tackling woes, that's great because honestly, he shows up to the ball really well. Like he gets there. He's there. He's at the ball. He can make a play, but he just doesn't make the play. That's the problem with Nick Martin in one preseason game, mind you. So it's not the end of the world, right? So I'm not going to say he's bad or terrible, but that Nick Martin pick wasn't a very good showing in his first preseason game. But yeah, maybe draft a tackle with the 75th pick. Maybe nice. There was a few on the board. Anthony Belton, I think, was on the board at the time. And he's so far from what I think I saw a graphic saying that Anthony Belton was one of the top 10 rookie offensive linemen, allowing no sacks, no pressures, no nothing. And we all know Larry loved Anthony Belton. I liked Anthony Belton. He looked good. Also, it looks like you're going to be right about Jordan James. I thought I was going to be wrong. Like I've heard nothing but good things about Jordan James. It's just that his finger, he broke his finger, so we can't actually see how he plays. So I wouldn't say I'm right just yet, even though, hey, I'll be wrong. I would love to be right. Like that's not the end of the world. Like, hey, I'm right. Woo! But I want to reserve it until like I'm definitely right. I think that Jordan James pick was not good. But from what I've heard of training camp, Jordan James, people are saying looks good as a player. Right. So, but I need to see it. I need to see it first. So we'll see how it goes. But hopefully I am right. But also, hopefully I'm not right. I mean, like, hopefully I'm not right about it. But hey, I'll take the dub. I'll take the dub if it comes. Yeah, I don't know why Joe, he hates the offensive line. I don't understand. I think it's a team effort. It's a team effort to hate on the offensive line. How likely is Demarcus Robinson going to be available for week 1? He's not going to be available at all. He's not going to be back until week 4. He's not going to be back to week 4. I'm just hoping Trent only misses 14, 15 games, not half a season. Like that is you cannot count on Trent Williams playing an entire season. You can't do it. You just can't. So you know that he's going to be out 3 games, 4 for sure. Hopefully, it's not like half season, like you said. But you can count like if he plays an entire season, I'd be shocked. I don't know why I just whistled like that. Genuinely shocked if that were to happen. Yeah, I understand the offensive line thing. The offensive line thing's weird. If Trent goes out, you might as well put Brock and I know. Like if Trent goes out, put Mac Jones in. I don't care who we're playing. Okay, protect your asset for a couple games. Like the Trent Williams and Brock Purdy need to come hand in hand. Unless Trent is out for like the rest of the season. Like if Trent is just out for 2 games, put Mac Jones in. That's what you do. Put Mac Jones in. Put Carter Bradley and whoever the third quarterback ends up being. Put them in. 2-3 games, my bad. I meant plays 14, 15 games. Yeah. The estimate for Robinson's suspension is 3 games. We'll make it. Yeah, he'll be back week 4. Karen in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Purdy's going to run a lot again. Yeah, a lot of. I saw there was a lot of design run plays. I saw that. I heard there was in practice there was a few design run plays. So, and be sure to hit that like button, guys. If you haven't hit that like button already, every like helps. Puts the stream out there, grows the conversation, grows the live. So if you guys hit that like button, I really appreciate it if you did. Helps me out a lot. It truly does. Yeah, it just puts me out there, and we grow together. We become a family. All right. Season is over already. Come on, dude. Season's over already, dude. Relax, bro. Now we're going too far, dude. Hating on the offensive line, go for it. But saying season's over is wild. Brady has said many times he will not win without a good. Yeah, Brady has said it, man. He knows that he only goes as far as his offensive line, for sure. Hope you have a great. Hey, we're showing some love. That's what I like to see. People say Brock is injury prone. Did not watch the NFC Championship game against the Eagles with both Purdy and Josh Johnson got injured because of pass rushers being blocked. Yeah, like that was. I don't think Kyle is like the worst coach. I know a lot of people like to shit on him, talk shit about him. I know Joe Boyd does, but there are negatives, and one of the negatives is like thinking you can trick the defense all the time, like 24/7, and tricking the defense, which would protect the quarterback, right? Putting a backup tight end on the pass rusher, which was Hassan Reddick at the time, on the sack leader, Hassan Reddick, a backup tight end on him, no help at all, was stupid. Was genuinely dumb. If it was an actual run play, fine, I understand that. But you knew it was a pass, so you put him in danger, thinking you can get away with it. So I didn't like that. There are negatives to his scheme where he thinks he can get away with everything, and it's like, no, it takes one player to think differently and just go against the grain that you think that they're going to go against. They're going to go with. It takes one player to go against that grain, and you put Brock Purdy in danger. That's my only complaint. That's like one of my biggest complaints with Kyle. It's just like he thinks he can get away with murder, so to speak. Do you understand what you're saying? But we were rated number 13 last year in the O-line. Yeah. The highest ranking I saw on our offensive line was 16. That's the highest ranking I saw. I wouldn't say the season's over, but yeah. And Dieter, by the way, Dieter said that this is going to be a top 5 offensive line unit. I'm not going to forget that. I'm going to keep saying it, probably like every live. Dieter from Dieter and Hutch said that this is going to be a top 5 offensive line this year. I'm holding that dude accountable. Holding that dude accountable because that's crazy. That's wild. At least Connor Coleman and Drew Moss look good, which is good because Ben Barch gets injured from sneezing too hard. What's it? When he sneezes, man, his lungs collapse. Achoo! Ben Barch is super injury prone. But yeah, Connor Colby, Drew Moss, I've heard nothing but good things. Connor Colby was top 10 in rookie offensive line past preseason. So that's a good sign. It's a very good sign. I don't know if he's starter already, but if he's a 7th round pick and he's already looking really good, like someone that should have been picked like the 4th, 3rd round, that's a great sign. They may have got a gem in Connor Colby and Drew Moss. Fingers crossed, because we're going to need all the help we can get. Left guard is the biggest question mark of them all. I do think, I said this earlier, but I'm going to say it one more time. I think Burford can be a bona fide starter at left guard. I do. I don't know why, but I truly believe it. He played left guard, I think, a couple times last year. I could be wrong about that. And he looked good. So I do think that Burford can play left guard. He needs to play guard on the left side. That's what I think Burford needs to do. And I think he played that starter position. If not, though, Connor Colby is looking like a good backup. So is Drew Moss. Nick Sakel needs to go. He's bad. Nick Sakel is bad. All right, if you got Drew Moss looking good, you got Connor Colby. Peace out, Nick Sakel. I don't care if you were roommates with Brock Purdy. I don't give a shit. Joe saying that Kyle hates the fans is reaching. That would mean that he hates his job and doesn't ever want to make money. Yeah, I don't think he hates the fans. Yeah, I think it's a little overdone. I 100% believe we will see Jimmy G week 5. There is a vibe. Yeah, I agree with you, Papa J. I don't think he's deliberately trying to sabotage his career. I don't think he hates the fans. I think he does what he thinks is right. And that obviously can be the downfall. That can be bad, right? Like he does what he thinks is right, which is not always the best thing, right? It's not always the best thing, but I don't think he does it to spite the fans or despite his career, right? I don't think that's the case. I do agree with you. He just does what he thinks is best for his career, for the team, and for the success. Doesn't make it right, though. But yeah, I agree. I want to believe we will see Jimmy G week 5. There is a vibe. There is a vibe that we will see Jimmy G week 5. 100% one. You are not wrong. There is a vibe that we're going to see some Jimmy G. Especially if Matthew Stafford's back is looking terrible. Like Matthew Stafford, from what I heard, is looking bad. The old line takes time to develop. That's true. It does. Like tackle in particular, like that's the longest one to develop is tackle. But like you should have done that last year before that. It's like there's some things you should have prepared for, man. But what do you think about CMC's knee job? I have no idea what he did. Like he's not telling anybody. Whatever he did is obviously not legal in the States. But I mean, he looks bulkier. I will say that CMC looks bulkier, like all around, from torso to legs, everywhere. He looks like a power back right now. So we'll see. We'll see. I haven't seen him in training camp. I'm just taking words from what I see from other people. They say that he looks good. He's in highlights from what I've seen. So, I mean, looks good. I mean, it looks promising. That's the best answer I can give. It looks promising. As for the procedure, I have no idea. I have no idea what he did. We did get Pooney. Exactly. That's what I think the 49ers really, really like guard. They love guard. If you're completely garbage, why are they ranked number 13 last year during the worst season we had in a long time? Highest ranking I saw was 16. But if it was 13, that's even better. I'll take it. Also, just to mention, I would 100% start Sigel over Brown. Yes, I'm that much of a hater, but I also really like Sigel. Like, Sigel looks great. I mean, Sigel actually, I know it's just preseason, but the dude's got the instincts, right? And if Robert Saleh knows how to use his pieces, if you got the instincts, I think you could be a day one starter in Robert Saleh's scheme. If you got the instincts, you got the traits, I think Robert Saleh knows how to set you up for success, right? Because he expects you to be there when he wants you to be there. He say, hey, go do this when we do this. Sigel can do that, day one starter, I think. I loved what I saw from Sigel. Sigel, like, looks like an absolute steal. He looks amazing, like absolutely amazing. I wouldn't say to the point where I wouldn't even say, like, even if you are a hater of Brown, it's not crazy to say that. It's not crazy. It's not crazy to say that. Like, it's really not. Like, if you think that Sigel's better than Brown right now, I'd be kind of hard to argue with you. Like, I couldn't argue with you, because from that one preseason and from what you saw of Brown and what you hear about Brown in training camp, it's kind of hard to argue, because from what I heard, that Jair Brown is not looking that great. even though the last practice I saw, man, dying over here. The last practice I saw of what the Raiders, there was a deep ball by Geno Smith to one of his receivers, and Brown was going to intercept it. He did a jump back, and he was about to intercept it, but Diamador Lenore was like, no, this is my highlight reel. Knocked it out of Jair Brown's hands. So he was going to get a pick in training camp, but Diamador said, no, that's not happening. So, Papa J with the super chat, supporting the channel, man. Thank you so much. It is great to see you too, man. It's great to be back. It's great to start the first show off. It's great to be back, So, yeah, man, it's awesome. Thank you so much for super chat, man. Thanks so much for $2, man. Support the channel, dude. Best mod of broken ass for real, man. I'm happy to be back. I haven't talked this long forever, man. My voice is already starting to crack. I haven't talked this much in a while, man. Not talked this much in a while. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for sure. Where was I at? But yeah, starting Sigel over Brown, I don't hate it. We did get Connor Colby. We did. He's looking good. Looking good. One preseason game, though. Let's see how he stacks the next 2 weeks. But it's looking promising. Tries to go, Trent Booney can't do it by themselves. Kyle's not smart when it comes to O-line. Fireable offense. It's pretty bad, yeah. Joe, I completely disagree, but I see where you're coming from. I see where the frustration comes from. Like, obviously, because I'm bitching, complaining all the time about the offensive line. But at some point, you got to be like, okay, let's move on to something else. And that's coming from somebody that doesn't like. That's true. This is like, if you're going as far as like Papa Jake's, Papa J. Sometimes I'm like, come on, dude. But like, even if Papa J is being like you're making him defend Kyle. You're making him defend Kyle. That's a game changer. That's hilarious. Coleman is going to make he's going to make the roster. I think that Connor Colby, Andrew Moss make the roster, and Nick Zakelj is going to be gone. I think this is the year we move on from Nick Zakelj, and Nick Zakelj gets on the practice squad. Because I don't think anybody's clamoring for Nick Zakelj, and I think he's going to make it through the waiver wire or whatever when you cut a player. I don't think anyone's going to pick him up, right? And even if so, I don't think he makes roster. So if they absolutely love him, he's going to be back. But I do think Drew Moss and Connor Colby both make this roster. But I do like that he's but I don't think he's ignoring his duties. Drew Moss will be in the practice squad. You think so? I think he makes the squad. It has been a stretch. He is a undrafted guy, so it's more likely than not that he gets cut, right, and sent to the practice squad. But I think what's going to happen if he gets cut, someone's going to pick him up. Like I genuinely believe that. I think that he's not going to make it, but there's a high chance he gets cut though. Yeah, definitely. There's something. They're not completely ignoring it. They're just not putting it at this high priority kind of type thing. There's just no reason to keep Randall, dude. There's none. Not one. Not one reason, dude. Not one freaking reason. Catcher's rookie by training camp in one preseason game. If we do, then we have to get rid of D. Winters a long time ago. That's true. He wasn't very good in preseason last year. At least Brock can run. He was really good on scrambles. That's true. He's deceptive. He's deceptively escapable. I don't want to say fast, right? I don't want to say he's deceivingly fast, but his escapability kind of reminds me of classic Russell Wilson. He's got that escapability and makes plays with his legs, makes plays on the run, throwing the ball on the run, things of that nature. People think that Brock is just like this Kirk Cousins guy, and it's like, nah, dude. He's a small, escapable-esque type guy like Russell Wilson was back in the teens, right? So, yeah, Brock can do it. Brock, and I don't know why people think that people genuinely say, oh, Brock is just a pocket guy. And it's like, I could literally show you like 5 plays where he escapes the pocket and makes a big play, which aren't scripted plays, right? Like I show you like 5 clips. It genuinely baffles me. Brock was the reason why we were ranked number 4 in total offense last year, without doubt. That drove me nuts. President Kubiak put Farrell on one of the Broncos' top edge rushers. Might have been Nick Bonito. That's what I heard. It was Nick Bonito, and I've heard that Kubiak is calling the plays in preseason. You can correct me if I'm wrong there, but I believe Kubiak is calling the plays. So if you guys don't like the plays in preseason that's being called, it's Kubiak. Kubiak's calling the plays. Obviously failed. Yeah, then stop. I don't care how good Luke Farrell was at blocking. He could be the best blocker in the NFL. He's not going to do good against elite pass rushers. Like, he's your type of guy where like you want to set him against like your average pass rusher, good pass rushers, even chip the guy. You expect him not to last very long, double team with a tackle, something like that. but a one-on-one with an elite pass rusher is ridiculously stupid. Strawberry in the house. Good to see you, man. It's been a hot minute. Hot. It's hot. I know I'm corny. All right. I'm 37. All right. 37. I got dad jokes. It's something you can't avoid. All right. I have 2 pets. Practically a parent at that point. A sub parent, I should say. Kind of like, because like there's having kids and then there's just having 2 pets. Top 5 low line is the perfect thing to say in a national line competition. Yeah, I'm holding Dieter accountable for that one. Straight up accountable for that one. There's no way, dude, that this offensive line is going to be top 5, dude. There's no freaking way. Let me try to get. I'm gonna power through these comments. Real quick. Strawberry in the building. To be for real, he said that the OTAs, and he was really impressed with how well they were moving at the time. I don't know if he still believes it. I don't care, man. He was confident. Put the hot take out there. Got to be held accountable for that. Nick Sale is probably single-handedly the worst offensive lineman on the team. Dude is garbage. That's what I've heard. I think so, too. I think he's probably the worst. I can't think of someone worse than him. Burford, I think, is better. Pleasance, I think, is better. So he's probably is better. He's probably the worst, yeah. Best mod, bro can ask for 110%. Forster is not a bad O-line coach at all. He has a clear flaw, though, which is support of Brendel. People need to pay attention to the O-line for other teams. Yeah, that Brendel support, call me a hater. I could be over-hating, but that kind of makes you a trash offensive line coach. Watching Rams fans talk their way to Jimmy G is seriously hilarious. Grade A, interesting. They are doing that, Strawberry. They are doing that. They're like, oh, did you see this throw in practice? From Jimmy G? You know what would be absolutely hilarious? If the Rams win the Super Bowl with Jimmy G. Bro, like, they are drinking the Kool-Aid of Jimmy G, dude. They are hyping themselves up for Jimmy G. It's wild. Like, they talk shit about him, like, all the time. And then the moment they get on their team, Jimmy G actually, Jimmy G actually looks really good. If there's one thing that, from what I've seen, from fans, from 49ers fans in general, we aren't, how do I put this? Some are delusional. Every fan base has delusional fan bases, right? Super negative fans and super positive fans. Well, they'll be positive about everything, or some will be negative about everything. That's going to be a thing. But for the most part, this fan base, if they believe a player was bad and we picked them up, we're going to preach that guy's bad. If we believe that guy's good, we're going to preach that guy's good. So, like, if we got, for example, Mac Jones, a lot of fans don't like Mac Jones, think he's bad. They're not thinking, oh, did you see Mac Jones? He looks amazing. He's a great quarterback. He's going to be awesome. No, for the most part, I've seen people talk shit about Mac Jones. I've always thought that as a backup, Mac Jones is good as a bottom 5 quarterback. I think he's a bottom 5 quarterback in the league. And having that as your backup, I think that's good. It's a backup, right? But I'm not talking myself into, it'd be really funny if, like, Brock gets hurt, right? If he gets hurt and we win the Super Bowl with Mac Jones. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that just be, like, hilarious or just awesome? Because I think he could do it. He's looking really good in practice. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, there's no – like, Rams fans do it. They're very delusional in that aspect where, like, for the most part, they convince themselves that this player's great. Like Devontae Adams. Like there was this hate for Devontae Adams. Not hate, but like this belief that he wasn't as good anymore. Now the woodwork with Rams fans, they're like, oh, he's a top 5 wide receiver. He still's got it. He's still amazing. The dude's 32. He's most likely taking a step back. Like, be for real right now. Most likely took a step back. Probably is not as good, right? And then try to convince yourself that Jimmy G and Devontae Adams is suddenly that connection is going to be great again, because with the Rams, it was never good. Not again, but Like, it was never good with the Rams, but with Sean McVay and Jimmy G and Davante Adams, suddenly it's going to get fixed, right? No, the Raiders called plays where the first read was to Davante Adams. Jimmy G could not make that play. That is a connection issue. Suddenly their connection's fixed. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Strawberry the band is complete. It's not complete with that 100%. Strawberry, Juan, Papa J, Val, Joe's becoming part of it, man. I swear I'm missing someone else. Niners for life. You know, all you guys, man. Wolfpack. I don't get the Brendel thing. So crazy. What's all about Siegels that no one saw him coming. We all had been so focused on the rookie D line, Upton Stout. Siegel came out of nowhere. I mean, you can go back to the. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn, toot here, but if you go back to the draft process when we drafted him, I kind of liked him a lot. I said he looked really good, could be a starter in the future. But I will say, I didn't expect this fast, like him to be this good. I did think he had potential to be good because I liked his film and what I saw of him. But yeah, I 110% did not expect this good of a player so early in the process. That I was definitely saying. Michael in the house. Michael in the house. Michael in the house. Showing some love. That's what I like to see. Wish I could do super chat, but I'm broke as. Hey, you're here though. Support the channel. You know, we're talking, conversating. That is the number one thing. If you put a super chat out there, hey, that's awesome. Super appreciate it. Helps out the channel, helps me grow. So, like, if that's a big deal, I do appreciate that. But if you could be here and you want to send one, but you can't, it's the thought that counts. It's the fact that you want to support this channel and you're doing what you can to support the channel. And you're being part of the community. That is like the main thing. That is the main thing, right? You're still awesome, Niners for life. You're still awesome. I told a kid your Eagles team love drinking beer during practice. Wonder if the same drink for a game sometime. Yeah, I really do hope that video, and I don't think it did because I lost like 3 subscribers the moment I posted that video. And I believe they're Eagles fans because I do post positive things about the Eagles. I do. But that was sarcasm. Like, yeah, there's some negative videos I'll say, like, I don't think Jalen Hurts is that good or something of that nature. That's because I believe it. But, like, I really do hope that video came off as satire. Like, they're at practice. It's not the same as an actual job where you have to communicate with people and do customer service and things like that. You can't be drunk for those things. After beer, of working out, stuff like that, that's different. I was just purposely hating. I really hope that came off as satire, and I don't think it did because like 3 people took it serious. Like I think I lost 3 subscribers because of that video. But yeah, that video was just all sarcasm, and yeah. So if you want to drink after practice like that or whatever, do your thing. Be you, especially if you've won a Super Bowl. You know what you're doing. You know, to be honest, the beer after a practice is a beer after practice is a very Jason Kelce type thing, and I stand by it. Landon Dickerson is Jason Kelce 2.0 for sure. When Trent retires, we will be 30 in O-line rankings. Without him, we're definitely bottom 10, I would say. There's some bad offensive linemen out there. There's some bad O-line. Michael's going to be on Rombo Sports tonight, y'all. He's going to be on Rombo Sports tonight. My voice is going out. I heard 3 refs got fired for being paid in a Chiefs and Bills game. I heard that because it was poorly called. Don't know the full details, but it was poorly called. Us 49ers fans should be drinking beer during Moody field goal chances. Like shotgun every time Moody misses a kick, you'll be drunk. Oh my God. Yeah, like that. The Moody thing, I'm going to give like I make jokes, and I'm going to continue to make jokes about the Moody thing if that's going to happen, right? The more videos are going to come out where I'm like worried and stuff like that. But like I hope you guys know, like deep down, I'm open-minded because I'm going to trust Brant Boyer to do his thing and try to fix Jake Moody, and let's see what he does in the regular season, right? And then I'll crash on him, hate on him if he doesn't succeed. So like deep down, I'm open-minded, but in reality, like when I make videos and stuff like that, I'm gonna joke about it. And there's gonna be a little bit of concern. I gotta let my dog outside. I'll be right back. Right back. All right. That's how I feel about Moody. Like I'm open-minded about it, but I'm still gonna joke about him. Still gonna make fun of him. He needs that kind of pressure in his life, right? If they release Moss, he'll be like Kingston. He'll get picked up off waivers. Once again, O-line is so bad throughout the NFL. Yeah. I mean, from like the 49ers offensive line is bad. Like that's like 110%. But like O-line in general, from like top 15 to the back end, it's trash. Like it's utter garbage. Like they are not good offensive line. Like it's hard to be successful from being a bottom half offensive line. It all around the league, it's troublesome. I'm just gonna say that next year's draft will be focused on O-line. There's a lot of kids coming out of college that can make. I said that last year. I said that the year before about being like, okay, this is the year, this is the year, this is the year, this is the offensive line year. Next year has to be, dude. It has to. You've drafted wide receivers galore. You have plenty of running backs to work with. I guess tight end maybe. You drafted D-line galore. You have your starting three corners. You have your starting linebackers at this point with D. Winters, Fred Warner, and then Nick Martin and someone else like Bethune. You're good there. Safety wise, you got Sigel, Brown, Mustafa. So maybe a safety if Pinnock and Gray aren't good and they don't come back. So maybe a safety. So it's O-line, tight end, safety. From like as of right now. Like, because you don't know what I'm not going to crown Pinnock. I'm not going to crown Grant yet. But like Sigel's going to be here next year. Brown's going to be here next year. And Mustafa's going to be here next year. So there's, so next year, you would think that next year, offensive line. You think it's got to be. It's got to be at some point. At some point, there's gonna be a year where we draft a tackle with the second round at least, third round pick. We're gonna draft a guard or a center. Like at some point, it's coming, dude. The NFC Championship versus Detroit is proof that Brock 110%. Brock's legs is the reason why we won that game. Like not the main reason, but one of the main reasons. Fournette looking for a third string QB after preseason's over. Bradley will be cut off. I hope so, dude. That dude's ass. That guy's genuinely bad. Like it's not. Some people will be like, "Oh, well, he's only there for 10 days," or blah 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 blah. Yeah, but there was passes where they're basic. Like it doesn't matter if you're there for 10 days or not. Like when he rolled out and Tungus was wide open, that's just you and the receiver and just throwing it on the line. There's no reading a defense. There is no nothing of that nature. There is no scheme aspect at that point. You roll out, you stop. There's no one near you. You have a wide open Tungus. You just throw the ball. It was a trash ball. That dude's not good. That dude's not good. Don't say that, boy. We can't have that, man. We can't have that. Whenever you watch other people's reactions on Niners games, they see Brock run and say things like, "This team sucks. They let Brock run on them." Yeah, they don't watch. Yeah, it's bad. It's kind of like how people doubt Patrick Mahomes' running ability, right? People think, "Oh, he's got dad bod. He can't do it. He's got some escapability or whatever." But they keep doubting his ability to escape, and it's like, stop it, dude. Like you gotta honor game. You gotta honor game. I still think this defense will be top 10. Call me delusional. I don't care. I genuinely believe. No, I agree with you. I don't think that's delusional. whatsoever, dude. I think that this defense is going to be top 10. I think it'd be better than that. Honestly, I might have my first hot take. I'm gonna go as far as top 7. I almost want to say 5. But there's some good defenses out there. So I'm gonna say top 7 defense. I think this 49ers defense can be top 7. That's what I think. Because they got a lot of young guys, still have some injuries and stuff like that, and that's a big deal. So I don't think these rookies are going to be just great off the jump, but I think Robert Saleh knows how to use his pieces and be about a top 7 defense. I don't think it's crazy. I don't think that's delusional. I really don't. I saw his hospital throw to Devontae. He still throws hospital balls. That's 110% true. Jimmy G is going to get Devontae Adams killed because he still throws hospital balls. Like, they're accurate hospital balls, but they're still hospital balls. Call me Grant Coe, but I didn't even go as far and say Mac Jones is better than Jimmy. Oh, he is. 100%. Well, I've already said it like 1,000 times. I think he's a bottom 5 quarterback, and I don't think Jimmy G is. I think Jimmy G is a backup quarterback. Should have drafted Nick Bonino instead of Drake Jackson. Drake Jackson never should have been drafted. Retrospect, it's 2020, man. Nick Bonino was not a top-tier pass rusher at the time, dude. He was considered a 3rd-round pick, right? So, retrospect in that case is 2020. Ugh, I hate Mac Jones. Don't care about him as a backup. Dude's a dirty player. Kicks people in the nuts. I'll be as straight as off season. Strawberry just has straight up hate for him, dude. That's crazy. They are. I don't know who they're listening to, but Rams. I'm not surprised Rams fans listen to Gray. Not surprised at all. 49ers fans are always obsessed over their backup QB. I think that Mac Jones is I've said it before we picked him up. I've always said he's a bottom 5 quarterback. Can't wait for them to hide up Curtis Rourke next season. I can't wait for that dude. I'm gonna be one of them, man. I'm gonna be one of them. I liked his film. I actually liked his film. Definitely love his toughness playing on ACL. Not gonna lie. I'm actually excited for Sigel and Mustafa safety duo. That would be amazing. I think Sigel could be an amazing free safety. He's got the speed for it. He's got the instincts for it. Mustafa, man, can play the box. Yeah, the potential of that, the potential there. Exactly. Papa J knows what's up. I would love to hear you say just one positive thing about the Niners. Sigel and Mustafa will be one of the best safety duos in the NFC. I hope so, dude. I hope so. I do see there's potential there to probably be the best duo. Probably the best duo. It's there. You sound like Ebenezer Scrooge of the 49ers. If Moody misses a single kick, fire the entire special teams. It's the Moody thing is if there is one thing that these injuries are doing and the trash offensive line is doing, it's kind of putting Moody a little bit in the back burner, just a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it's Moody's. This is it for Moody. This is it for Moody. This is it. They're gonna have like 10 or 11 picks again. Also, I think they have more picks than that. Draft picks. Yeah, they still have a lot of picks. Yeah, that's true. Moody is the worst kicker in the NFL. Worst round pick. Should have been damn man. Bring Cap back. He would have been a great practice squad quarterback. The existence of Bradley just lets me know that they're going with 2 QBs on 53. Yeah, I think so too. I think they're going to throw Bradley on the practice squad and then bring him up as an emergency. I didn't hear that. If somehow Mac Jones wins a Super Bowl, what would you do with Brock Purdy? Keep Brock Purdy. I still think Brock Purdy's great. I still think he's better than Mac Jones. You still keep Brock Purdy. Not to mention, even if you didn't like Brock Purdy, you just paid him $50 $265 million for 5 years. So you're still locked in on him. So even if you don't like him, you end up like Mac Jones instead, you still go with Brock Purdy. The players that need to go are Moody, Brendel, and Luter Jr. Luter Jr. had that really bad play, dude. That really bad play. That was his responsibility, allowing that tight end wide open, dude. What I haven't seen that. I haven't seen a player that wide open on the 49ers defense since one time Marshawn Lynch was wide open for a touchdown. That was years ago on the Seattle Seahawks. That's the last time I see a player that wide open against 49ers defense. But outside of that, Luter played good. Except for that one play. But yeah, Brendel's got to go. Moody, I'm gonna be open-minded, but I think Brendel's like the only guy I want gone. So let's trade Juwan Taylor from the Chiefs. They have Josh Simmons and Jalen Moore. I'd take him. Good backup. You have the cap for him. I'd do it. We need the backup because you know, McKivitz and Williams at some point are gonna get hurt. It's gonna happen. Josh Simmons, by the way. I'm going to take a little bit of a victory lap here. Not going to lie. Josh Simmons, I said, was the best tackle in the draft. If he's healthy, and he's looking pretty healthy to me. Looking pretty damn good. Look, I've heard some really great things about Josh Simmons, man. He's looking pretty damn good. Mac Jones is winning the Super Bowl. Dude will shit his pants big games. Don't even win a playoff game. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. But if that were to happen, you still keep Brock Purdy. We keep Brock and trade Mac for big money and great draft picks to get good linemen. Exactly, because you have him for 2 years. So if he wins you a Super Bowl, the value of that player, value of Mac Jones is going to skyrocket, right? So you got to trade him, get some better players, better picks, whatever you got to do. That's a great point. That's exactly what you do, Papa J, 110%. He played like shit against the Broncos as soon as he got a sack, got hit, and then was rattled and just bad. I don't think he did. I blame Jordan Watkins on that interception. I think Jordan Watkins was shit. I think Jordan Watkins did not do a very good job on the comeback route there. I think Jordan Watkins thought it was like an out route. Mac Jones thought it was a comeback route, and they got confused. If you give Mac Jones, Trent, and Kittle, I think he can perform at least marginally better than Jimmy G. He has a better arm. I do think so. Strawberry, I know like you don't like people comparing, like thinking back, like the backup quarterback is just going to be as good and we're just win games. So like Brock Purdy doesn't matter. That's not what we're saying. But I definitely see Mac Jones as a bottom 5 quarterback where I think Mac Jones may not be able to win playoff games, but if it's like middle of the season, week 7, week 8, week 9, whatever it may be, I think Mac Jones can come in and win a couple of those games. I do think that. I don't think that he's – you can win games with the bottom 5 quarterback. You can win games with that. Can you win a Super Bowl? Probably not. Probably not. It's happened before, right? Like you have seen it before. It has happened. But we're not saying like he replaces Purdy. We're not discounting Purdy's talent or saying Purdy is like, replaceable or anything like that. We're just facing reality that Mac Jones can win some games. That's all. He went 0-3 after he took the sack. It's gonna happen. Not every series is gonna be dominant, straight on. We'll see how he looks for the rest of preseason when he gets hit. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll kind of get more of a judgment, right? But I wouldn't say one series where he goes 0-3, especially where he throws an interception. I don't know. Jordan Walker was probably injured by then and playing through it. Probably, maybe it could make that cut. It could have happened. So. Strawberry, fucking just hate. We can disagree. Oh my god, I know where you're coming from because he is a dirty player. Like he 110% kicked that guy in the nuts. He does do some dirty things. I'll give you that. Like he's not he may let his emotions get to him. I'll give you that. Jimmy could move either. That's true. It's true. Anyway, let me use the restroom real quick, and then, guys, we're gonna do two things when I come back. We're gonna do Sports Misery Index. It's a new thing by ESPN where you type in your favorite teams, and then you get a grade based on how miserable you are as a fan. So, like you type it in, it'll tell you how miserable you are. For example, so I saw a Bears fan do this where he picked all the Chicago teams, and the ranking he got was meh, kind of miserable, and like an 82, 83 score. So we'll see how it goes with that. And then we're going to take a quiz. We're going to do a 49ers quiz, okay? I have not played it. It's from the San Francisco Standard, the David Lombardi's channel. We're going to do that quiz. There's another quiz that I'll save for another time. That it's where you got to name all the quarterbacks since 1999, all the starting quarterbacks for the San Francisco 49ers. We'll save that for another live. But when I come back, we'll do the Sports Misery Index, then do the quiz, and then we'll get out of here. We're right back. Use restroom. Insert. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Papa J. Do, 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 do. All right, here we go. All right. We're back. I'm back. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and I haven't even tested this out yet, so I don't even know how this works. So hold on. Let me go ahead and bring it up. Share screen. Bam. Pa! All right. This is the Sports Misery Index. How miserable, Sports Misery Index. Whether there's confetti falling from your team's last title or you're still waiting to see your first, you probably have an idea of how satisfied or miserable you are as a fan. But could you put a number on it? Let's see. Start. Hi, I'm MiseryBot. I'll guide you as we take a hard look at the teams you love. Get started. Before we get started in general, how do you feel about your teams today? Remember, we are taking a misery. We're talking misery. A high score isn't where you want to be. So how do I feel about my teams today? So my teams are the Giants, San Francisco Giants, LA Kings, Warriors, and 49ers. So those are my four teams. I would say woeful. I mean, I'm pretty woeful. Not going to lie. I mean, I like the direction of the 49ers compared to other teams, most teams and stuff like that. Great success. Yeah, we haven't won the Super Bowl, but for the most part, I look forward to the games and winning those games. LA Kings, they made the playoffs last year. I'm pretty happy about that. Giants, up and down. From what I heard about the San Francisco Giants, they play great for a good stretch, and then they lose. Great stretch, then they lose. And the Warriors, man, always in it as long as they have Steph Curry. I got to say, I'm going to take woeful here. I'm feeling woeful. The lowest of the lows, we wouldn't wish this on anyone. Oh, never mind. Elated. I'd say elated. You remember your last championship like it was yesterday because it was basically was Wouldn't say that. Your teams are competitive, but there could always be more. I'd say pleasant. Pleasant then. I wouldn't say elated. Granted, Warriors had that great stretch. The San Francisco Giants had that great stretch as well. In the teens. Kings won a lot. It's really just the 49ers are like the only team that hasn't in the teens. Like, because the Kings won 2 straight. Not 2 straight, but they won 2 or 3. I can't remember if they won 2 or 3. I think they won 3. It's been a while since I paid attention to hockey. Giants won 3 out of 5 years. Warriors has that whole dynasty happening. It's really just the 49ers. So do I say elated? Do I go elated here? You know what? I'm gonna go pleasant just because my number one sport is football, and the rest of it is kind of like just a bonus. So I'm gonna say pleasant. Now I need a little information for you. Enter your favorite North American pro team in the box below. You can choose from any major sports leagues. Blah blah. The only rule is the team has to play at least one full season. So if you're a fan of the Golden State Valkyries Ooh, misery rating is at a 54. Look at the robot. Look at the robot. Oh my God, it's funny. The San Francisco 49ers were quite a while ago, I'm afraid. How long have you been a fan? 15 plus years. Okay. All right. You can view or edit your teams back in time. All right. You've really put some time into your team. Okay. You've got your favorite NFL team. What other teams do you love? Let's go ahead. Add. Next up would have to be, I like hockey more than baseball and basketball. So I'm going to put Los Angeles Kings. There we go. I've been a fan for exactly 15 years. So I'll say this. So you've had some things. Okay, we've got your fantasy team. What other teams do you love? I'll add another team. Warriors. Golden State Warriors. I've been 5 to 15 years. Add another team. San Francisco Giants. About 5, 15 years. So you can see some things. Blah, blah. I think that's it. All right, see results. Let's see some results, baby. Hey, we're pleasant, baby. A 38 misery rating. Let's go, baby. Higher the number, the worse. The terrible it is. 38, I was right. Pleasant. This is a pretty good place to be. You haven't faced too hard, tough a road. You're probably one title away from truly rarefied air. 110% correct. 49ers need to win a Super Bowl. It's that one, just that one title, dude. Just that one title, that elusive title. My goodness gracious, dude. Like, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's true. 110% true. One title away from really like greatness for when it comes to my team, because the Kings had that stretch into the 10s. The Giants had that stretch in the 10s. Well, I guess 2009 on. And then the Warriors had that stretch. It's really just the 49ers are slacking. They're slack-a-lacking right now. Okay. All right. So apparently the Ravens are just as miserable as us. Packers are more miserable than us. What do they have as the most miserable team? They have the Jacksonville Jaguars as the worst, as the most miserable team of all time. Jets at 97, Browns. I would put Jets above the Browns. Honestly, I'd probably put the Browns at last. How's it not the Browns? I'd rather be a Jaguars fan than a Browns fan. Honestly. Titans over Commanders? What are we doing? I guess they did have that terrible owner, but they got Super Bowls and stuff. They got some rich history. Dallas Cowboys are 84. You love to see it. You love to see it. You love to see it. 49ers are 25. So the happiest teams are the Kansas City Chiefs, the New England Patriots, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Can't argue with that. Genuinely can't argue with that. I mean, Patriots have that stretch, that dynasty that just happened. They could not – I mean, you can go 20 years without a championship and be like, well, we had that dynasty, that crazy dynasty, and had the greatest quarterback of all time, you know? Chiefs, same thing. Eagles just won a Super Bowl like 8 years ago. You know, they're winning ways as well. You should be feeling good. I don't disagree with this. Seahawks are above the 49ers. Yeah, no. I know the Seahawks had that Super Bowl Legion of Doom, went back-to-back and all that. That doesn't trump the 49ers situation, though. I wouldn't say that. Broncos, maybe. So, all right. So I should be pleasant with my entire fan base. I'll take it. Let's do this again. But for the entire fan base. I almost exclusively follow the Niners, so I'm miserable. You are apparently at a 38 rating. So you're not that miserable if you're just a 49ers fan. Let's go pleasant, because I think we're pleasant. 49ers. All right, if you're just a 49ers fan, you're at a 54 rating. If you are just a 49ers fan, right? If you are a new 49ers fan, you just got into football the past 15 years, let's do that. Let's add another team. Warriors. Let's do 5 through 15. Add another team. Giants. 5 through 15. Let's add. If you are a new fan, right? The past 15 years, you're like what, 20 years old? You know, let's go ahead and put. What's the other one? Sharks. That's right. San Jose Sharks. All right. So if you're a full-on San Francisco fan through and through for the past 15 years, you are feeling pretty good about yourself. You're still pleasant. So if you are being a 49ers fan, according to this ranking by ESPN, you should be feeling pretty good about yourself. The only thing that's a downside is being a 49ers fan, just not winning a championship. That's the biggest thing that's happened. So feel pretty good. Feel pretty good about myself. Not gonna lie, that made me feel good. Crazy Juice says Lakers. Papa J says Lakers, Dodgers, Sharks for me. That hurts, but you should be feeling pretty good about yourself. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's do Papa J's. Let's see how we'll do one more. We'll do a couple more. Let me I'll share the screen. See how you guys doing. So 49ers fans should be feeling pretty good. Honestly, I think you should be feeling pretty pleasant if you're Lakers, Dodgers. I mean, you just won a championship with the Dodgers, just won a championship with the Lakers, you just won Sharks, not so much. I'd say pleasant still. Let's do 49ers. 15 plus years. Add another team. Lakers. 15 plus years. And the team. This is for Papa J. Almost can't spell. 15 plus years. Add another team. And then Sharks. 15 plus years. Let's see results. For Papa J, let's see how you are. You are pleasant. You're feeling good about yourself, man. You're not the highest of the highs, but you're not the lowest of the lows. So, yeah, you're a second tier. You should be feeling pleasant. You should be feeling pretty good yourself. I do agree with this. I do agree with this for the most part. Sharks, obviously, 49ers have won recently, but these two teams, dominant. So you should be feeling pretty good about yourself. Who was it? Michael says 49ers, Red Sox, Bruins, and Celtics. That's interesting. It's interesting. Let's do. I think you're pleasant. I'd say it's pleasant. I'd say it's still pleasant. I mean, Bruins have won a Stanley Cup recently. Red Sox have won their first one relatively recently. Celtics also. I think you should feel pretty good about yourself. And no team. Bruins. 15 plus years. Add another team. Red Sox. 15 plus years. Add another team. Celtics. There you go. All right. Let's see your miserable rating for Michael. Oh, meh. You got a meh rating. That's the first one we've seen. You win some, you lose some. Isn't just a saying. It's pretty much your way of life. That's so funny, Michael. You win some, you lose some. Isn't just a saying. It's pretty much your way of life. That's absolutely hilarious. That's funny. That's absolutely hilarious. That's so rude. It is. What was that one? Crazy Juice. What was yours? Lakers, Dodgers, Kings. Honestly, I would do it, but I'm telling you right now, yours is going to be pleasant because Kings have won recently. Dodgers dominant. Lakers dominant. The only thing, just like, you're going to be pleasant for sure. So I'll put pleasant, but I'll do yours just in case. I'm going to guess you've been a fan. I'm going to guess, I don't know how old you are, Crazy Juice, but I'm going to say, I'll say 15 plus years. I don't know how old you are, but how long have you been a fan for these teams? How long have you been a fan? Lakers. I'll do Nikita next. That's true. That's true. So you've been a fan for probably 15 plus years then? Okay. So 15 plus years. I'm assuming you've been a sports fan your entire life. What's the next one? Dodgers. What did I just do? Lakers, Dodgers next. 15 plus years. Add no team. And then Kings. You should be great, honestly. It's really sad to say. But the 49ers thing is probably what's holding us back from being like if the 49ers won a Super Bowl recently, I feel like we'd be top tier. I think we'd be absolutely not miserable whatsoever. So we'll see. 30 rating. You're the happiest fan of them all. So far, you've been the happiest fan. So far. The most miserable fan so far has been Michael. But yeah, you should be feeling pretty good yourself. It's a pretty good place to be. You haven't faced too tough a road. I agree with that. I agree with that assessment. Start. All right, let's do Nikita, Michael's daughter. Eagles, Blue Jays, Canadiens, and Lakers. That is unique. I'm going to say Eagles doing great. Blue Jays not so much. Canadians not so much. Lakers, I'm gonna say meh. I think you're a meh. I think it's meh. But Eagles, you're obviously the highest of highs right now. 15 plus years. Another team. Blue Jays. Another team. Canadians. 15 plus years. Another team. Last but not least. Lakers. We got a lot of Lakers fans in here, man. See results and meh. You got a meh rating. So you and Nikita are sharing misery, it seems, with a meh rating. I believe you were higher by 1 point, lower by 1 point. But yeah, you two are apparently you win some, you lose some. Isn't just saying for you guys. So. What is the happiest fan? According to Juan, Chiefs, Lakers, Yankees, and Panthers. It's definitely Panthers. You could say Lightning as well. Yankees. I wouldn't say Yankees. I would probably say Dodgers. Yeah, you're probably right. You fixed that. So Dodgers, yeah. Lakers. I would probably say that, yes. Let's go ahead and try. Let's try and make the greatest, the happiest fan. Who would be the happiest fan? Who would be the happiest fan? I'd say Eagles got 0 score. So it could be Chiefs, Eagles, and Patriots. I'd probably say the Chiefs. I know Eagles won recently, but the Chiefs have a dynasty. I'd rather have a dynasty than just one Super Bowl. So I'm going to say I'll agree with you on Chiefs. 15 plus years. At another team. What was it? Would you say Lakers or would you say Warriors? Because do you think the Lakers have more than because like the past 10, 15 years, the Warriors have the dynasty. I would probably say the Lakers here. So I'd probably say the Warriors here. To be honest, they just won a championship in 2021. They just won a championship in 2021 and a dynasty. I'm probably going to say Warriors. I mean, you can't go wrong with Lakers because the Lakers are always in it seems. And another team. Dodgers. I do agree it's probably Dodgers right now. Would it be the Dodgers? Like, everyone wins. Would it be the Dodgers? Probably is the Dodgers. Yeah, let's do Dodgers. I have another team. Panthers, that's right. Panthers. And we'll see the results. 0 misery. So if you so happen to be a Chiefs fan, Dodgers, Warriors fan, Dodgers fan, and Panthers fan, you are the happiest fan of all time. You have a 0 score rating. I'm certain if you switched out the Chiefs with the Eagles, it'd still be 0. If you probably switch out the Warriors, the Lakers, it'd probably still be 0. Baseball, I don't know enough about. I couldn't tell you. Panthers, if you switched out the Lightning with the Panthers, same thing. So, Chiefs are at 0. Well, actually, we'll see. See the full list. Hey! Would you look at that? The Warriors are the only team to have 0 points. So Warriors was definitely the answer. The Lakers are they are 23rd out of 30. in misery. But the Heat and Boston Celtics are the two teams that are. You think it'd be the Thunder would be ahead of Miami? I don't know, Juan. Why you think that it would be the Thunder? It's kind of interesting. It's a little interesting. NHL, they got to have two. They have three. Lightning, Panthers, and Knights. They have three. As for MLB, this is the one I don't know. It's two teams, the Astros and Dodgers. Which I don't know because the Dodgers are Astros are cheaters. I don't know if you want to be associated with that. The Giants are the third. Let's go, San Francisco, baby. They're the third less miserable team in all of sport, in all of baseball. MLS is the Seattle Sounders and the Los Angeles FC and the Galaxy. There's four teams, four soccer teams that are currently that have no misery whatsoever. We've done the Warriors, Sharks, 49ers, and Giants, and I think you're pleasant. Val knows. We did that one, and they were pleasant. They were like a score of like 30-something. It's because the 49ers were slacking. 49ers were slacking. Las Vegas Aces, Lynx, and Seattle Storm are the three teams that are happiest when it comes to WNBA. So that was an interesting exercise. So if you're all San Francisco 49ers fan, if you're all San Francisco team, you are feeling pretty good about yourself. It's not too bad. You're not feeling bad. You're not feeling too bad about yourself. I like that. I agree. I think it's W's for the most part. So far, though, the only man we've gotten is Michael's teams and his daughters. So it's I kind of feel bad, but it happens. Could be worse. It could be worse. If you pick all Chicago teams, their ranking is like 83. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Who's the worst four teams? All right, so the top. Let me go ahead and I'll bring it back up. So the worst four teams you could be a fan of. So it's Chicago White Sox. So White Sox are the worst. The NFL, I think we already checked, but it was Jaguars. I think it should be Browns. The NFL, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. So Chicago White Sox, Jacksonville Jaguars. So Chicago Bears are top five. So Chicago's looking pretty bad right now. Angels are pretty bad. What else? Chicago there. Browns down there. Cleveland. Is it Cleveland Guardians? You're not up here? Okay. New York Jets tied with the Jaguars. NBA. Pelicans, Wizards, Hornets, the Pistons. And Buffalo Sabres. So if you're a Sabres, Pistons, Jags, and Chicago White Sox fan, you are absolutely miserable. You hate sports, and you're probably not going to live a long life. So what's the worst city, though? The worst city, so this is San Diego. That's Ottawa, which doesn't play into this. We'll not count Ottawa here. Detroit. Honestly, I don't even know where Columbus Blue Jackets are. Where is Columbus at? Does anybody know? I don't even know where that's at. Ohio? Okay. All right. So they're associated with the Browns then. So number 2 there for Columbus Blue Jackets, Number Browns number 3. So 2, 3, and in Cincinnati. So it's probably Ohio. If you're a fan of Ohio teams, because you got Cincinnati, you got the Browns. Isn't Charlotte also? I'm wrong. I mean, I fuck. And that's North Carolina. Cavaliers, and that's it. And Cavaliers aren't too bad. So really, they just have It's without a doubt Ohio. So it's got to be Ohio. If you're a fan of Ohio teams, man, you're screwed. Well, you got Cincinnati Reds. So the Reds, and Cincinnati is in Ohio. So you're feeling pretty. Your top 5 there. Browns number 3. NBA. You got the Cavaliers, so you're good there. And then NHL Columbus. So yeah. So if you're an Ohio fan, not so good. Not so good. And also, if you're a Chicago fan too. If you're a Chicago fan, you got the Blackhawks, which is nice. But then you got the Bulls at 8. You got the Bears at 4. And then Chicago White Sox 1. So it's Ohio and Chicago, it seems, are the worst teams to be fans of. The Chicago and Ohio. So point and laugh at your Chicago and Ohio fans. Point and laugh. Plus, they have the Cavaliers and LeBron, who are in Ohio, born in Akron, Ohio, and won a chip. They do. They have Cleveland. They have Cleveland. Every name used to be the Indians. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Where is the Cleveland Guardians? Are 18. So if you get rid of the Cincinnati Reds and you insert Cleveland Guardians, it's better, but it's not. Still bottom, still pretty bad. Detroit Red Wings are pretty bad right now. Detroit Pistons are at 1. So you got 3, 1. Lions are 14. And then Detroit Tigers at 13. So it might be Detroit. So it might be Detroit, Chicago, and Ohio. So Detroit, Ohio, and Chicago are pretty bad. Yeah, I've heard nothing but bad things about, like, even I hear about how bad Chicago Rockies are. Even I hear that. So I forced those damn Buckeyes. Steve on the house. Steve on the house. So hey, so if you feel like the 49ers, like if you're a San Francisco fan or whatever, of all those teams, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. I can't tell you what it really is. I'm sorry. I'm not going to start rapping. OSU also just won national champion. I don't count college. But yeah, it's true. It is true. That's true. Rudy's Tacos ranked. I don't even know. I still do not know who this person is. I know this person is extremely toxic, but I do not know who this person is. I still don't, to this day, don't know who the fuck that is. What is the baseball team? What's the baseball team for North Carolina? Carolina baseball team. They don't have a baseball team. They have a college baseball team. But I don't see a baseball team in Carolina. In the NFL, Panthers are at 13. Charlotte Hornets at 2. Carolina hockey team. Hurricanes. And then you got the Hurricanes, which they won. I believe they won a championship recently. They're at 15. So Carolina's not bad. Carolina is not that bad. They're about mid-pack, according to this. So I know the Panthers are not happy. That's true. That's true. But they're not the worst. So, hey, Michael, appreciate the shout out, man. Appreciate it. I try. It's nothing without you guys for sure. Something without you guys for sure. I honestly think my dad, who's a Browns fan, watches college football more because OSU always has. That's true. I mean, you might as well cling to the good, right? Like, you might as well, like, if you're a fan of all the Ohio teams, just cling to the good, man. Like, you know the Browns are never going to figure it out, it seems. So, Atlanta fans, let's go to Atlanta Braves, right? Is that what it is? Atlanta Braves? It is Atlanta Braves. They're feeling good about themselves. They're a top 5 team. Atlanta Falcons are 18 in the NFL. I mean, that 28-3 really does hurt. I'm not going to lie. Piston, what's the NBA team for Atlanta? What's the Atlanta's basketball team? Do they have one? I don't see one. Atlanta basketball team. Atlanta Hawks. There you go. 12. They're not bad. Atlanta's not bad. It's not the worst. That 28-3 is pretty bad. It's really just the 28-3 that's really kind of a scar on the legacy of Atlanta fans. It's just that 28-3. It's pretty bad. So, hey, man, people get a lot of views off clout. You know, if you start talking shit about one team instead of your team, like if my entire channel was just talking shit about the Dallas Cowboys, you know, I'd probably get a lot of viewers. I'd probably get a lot more viewers if I start just keep talking shit about the Dallas Cowboys. That's gonna happen. All right, so let's go ahead and we can go if you guys have any more next week. We can do a more sports misery index. Look who's more miserable. But from what I saw, not counting college, because obviously Ohio is amazing, but the top 3 from what I saw was Detroit, Ohio, and Chicago. Those are the 3 teams that seem to be the most miserable according to the index that I saw. Minnesota Twins are a top 9 base miserable team. So they're a bottom 10 team. Minnesota Vikings, 16. Twins. The Twins, I believe it's called, for the NBA. I can't find them on. Where's the Twins? The fuck? So the Twins are at 9. Vikings are at 16. Minnesota Timberwolves are at 9. Then the Minnesota Wild are at 11. So the Minnesota is probably like I guess if you really want to go by average, it seems like they're like a 10 or 11. Probably about a 10 or 11 miserable team. So, I mean, if you're a fan, so Minnesota's up there. I wouldn't say completely worse, though. I wouldn't say top 3. I would not say top 3. Salvador in the house. Minnesota Twinkies. Hey, I like Twinkies, the chocolate ones. I don't like the yellow ones. I like the chocolate ones. Chocolate ones are pretty good. So, yeah, I know. Juan, you're a JJ McCarthy truther, which I'm with you on that. I am with you on that. I just when I do predictions or like that, I usually do predictions based on what I know, and if I don't know, then I try not to make it a factor. It's kind of like with the Atlanta Falcons. Like if I know Michael Penix is good, he would be in my predictions as the second best team, predictions wise, if I knew it. But I don't know, so that's why I put him at 3. But JJ McCarthy, honestly, my comp, and people are starting to use it now. They're starting to use it now. But my comp for him coming out of college, if you can go back to my videos, my old videos, I said he reminds me of Brock. He reminds me of Brock Purdy. And now people are starting to comp him as Brock Purdy. So we'll see. We'll see. I do believe in J.J. McCarthy. I think he's actually a good quarterback. A lot of people shit on him, said he was bad, he was terrible, not good, which I strongly disagree with. Salvador in the house. Anyone can be good. Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson, Jones, and Mason. Now you're walking it back being like, well, of course it's going to be good, though, because he has these weapons. Not because he's an actual good quarterback. But it's true. But yeah, I mean, you got Jefferson, you got Addison, you got Hawkinson, you got Jones, and then, like you said, you got Mason in the run game, too, as well. That's true. And a great offensive line. Last year they had between an 8 and 9 top offensive line. The Vikings did. So I'm just saying he can't not be successful. I hear you. I know what you mean. I was just giving you shit. I know what you mean. They aren't comparing JJ to Brock as players. They're comparing their situations. I'm seeing like them as a player. I haven't seen somebody objectively say that their situations are the same. I've heard the comps as a player where that they're like Brock. I haven't seen that before. I've heard some people say that it reminds me of Brock Purdy. You also have to keep in mind that that's my comp, and I think Purdy's great. I think Purdy's a top 10 quarterback. There's only 5 quarterbacks I would take for sure over Brock Purdy. So I guess technically that puts him at 6, but I think more in tiers. So I have him a top 10 quarterback. But you got to keep in mind that people do not think Brock Purdy's a top 10 quarterback. So when they're comping him as Brock Purdy, they're saying, oh, he's this guy, but he's not a top 10 quarterback. So you got to keep that in mind too. JJ will get more credit because he was the first. Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, definitely. Without a doubt. But JJ will get more credit. If JJ is successful, he's immediately going to be better than Brock Purdy, a la Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold played good with all that. He's better than Brock Purdy. Remember those conversations? Remember how so much better he was than Brock Purdy? Is Brock Purdy going to play tomorrow? He is. From what I heard, he's going to be great. He's good to go. Not great. He's going to be good to go. I've heard he's going to play a couple series. That's what I've heard. Much love, y'all. Got to go. Peace out, Papa J. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. You're awesome, dude. Best model broken ask for. Good luck with your phone call, brother. See you next live, man. You're awesome. One, agreed, but KOC has had tons of regular season success. He hasn't won a single. I absolutely love Kevin O'Connell. I think Kevin O'Connell is a QB whisperer. I think he's up there with what Sean McVay can do, Kyle Shanahan to an extent, but I don't think Kyle Shanahan is the greatest QB whisperer. But I do think he's like a 10. I think he's like 10 when it comes to QB whisper talent. But I would say Kevin O'Connell is probably my number one. Sean McVay's up there for me. Who else? Who's like a top 3 QB whisperer? Andy Reid is up there. There's one I'm blatantly missing. I honestly, this is a hot take. But I think Brian Daboll is actually a QB whisperer. You got to keep in mind what he's working with. I think Brian Daboll is. I think Brian Daboll is a QB whisperer. He's done really well with the trash that has been given to him. There's another one. Kevin Stefanski, I think, actually is a good one. I don't know if he's top 5, but I think Kevin Stefanski is one of them. QB whisperer. That's about it. Jim Harbaugh. There you go. Jim Harbaugh. Thank you. I knew. I was like, there is a blatant QB whisperer one that I'm missing right now. You're right. It's Harbaugh. Harbaugh is probably number 1. I mean, you saw what he did with Alex Smith. Completely fixed him. I'm not saying Trey Lance is the truth, and Trey Lance, like, we should have kept blah, blah. But I said it from the start, if there's one place where Trey Lance can go to get fixed and be a capable starter at some point in the future, it's with Harbaugh. And Lance, in 1-2 preseason games, looks better. Like, he genuinely looks better. There's touch to his throws, better decision-making. Like, Lance actually does look better. I'm not saying we should have kept him blah, blah, and that we ruined him and stuff. I just think that he needed to go there. Colin Kaepernick, I feel like Colin Kaepernick's best successful place is with Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is the number 1 QB whisperer for sure. I knew there was like one guy. There's this one dude. there's one dude I'm missing here. Yeah, for sure. If there's one guy Jim Harbaugh can work with, is Trey Lance's perfect spot for him. I'm so happy for Trey Lance because I knew that him going to Jim Harbaugh, he's gonna play better. I knew it. I absolutely knew it. Now, is he a top 15, top 10 quarterback? No, I'm not saying that. But when you look at how he played with the Dallas Cowboys and with the 49ers, and how he looked in just those preseason games alone, night and day. Absolutely night and day. So, all right. Before we get out of here, let's do one thing. I don't know how this works. I don't even know if I can do it. But let me share this tab real quick. Let's do a quiz. I have no idea what these questions are. I'm assuming this was made by David Lombardi. Could be wrong. Who was this made by? No, it was made by Kerry Crowley of the San Francisco Standard. And this is a quiz. So let's see if we know the San Francisco 49ers on. I am a terrible test taker, so I'm going to absolutely fail this. And you guys are going to be like, you do not know ball. You're going to be like, you do not know ball. And I'm like, I swear to God, I knew it. I just couldn't do it. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. I have not done it. It says I started again. I clicked on it because I needed to see if I can actually do it, because sometimes you need to subscribe to the dime, whatever. I need to know if I could do it, but I have not done it. I promise you. I have not done this quiz. I promise you. So we'll start, whatever start again means. Let's go ahead and zoom in. August 11 edition, 10 questions. Which quarterback has started the most games for the 49ers this century? Jeff Garcia, Alex Smith, Jimmy Garoppolo, Brock Purdy. Jeff Garcia, what was it, 4 or 5 years? Alex Smith was 7 years, but he was also benched. He was benched a few times. Jimmy Garoppolo, 4 years, 5 years. I don't think Brock Purdy's got it. I don't think that's enough. Only 2 seasons. But he does have the playoff games. Which quarterback has started the most? When was Smith drafted? 2005. He was drafted in 2005, first overall pick. I'm going to say it's definitely, to me, I feel like Jimmy Garoppolo or Alex Smith. No, but Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt too. I feel it's okay. So maybe it's Alex Smith or Garcia. I'm going to say I'm going to say Alex Smith. Val says Jeff. Michael says Jeff. Salvador says Jimmy. I'm gonna say Alex Smith because it was 7 years. Jeff Garcia 4, 5. Jimmy Garoppolo 2007, 2008. No, 5 games 2017. So 2018, 19, 20, 21. So about 3.5, 4.5 years. I'm gonna say Alex Smith. Answer. Hey, let's go, baby. Ball. Salvador says it's Jeff. It is Alex Smith. It's Alex Smith. It definitely wasn't Brock Purdy, but it's Alex Smith. Let's go, baby. 18, he was injured like week 2. That's true. That's what. Like, there's too many injury years for Jimmy Garoppolo. If Jimmy Garoppolo started all the seasons, yeah, then definitely Jimmy Garoppolo. But Alex Smith. All right, let's go next. All right. Oh, this is all about the quarterbacks. Which 49ers quarterback has the most passing yards this century? We all know this, guys. You should know this answer. I know this answer. You should know this answer. Wait, no. You know what? I went back. This century, not in a season. It's all together. So it's not just Brock Purdy's. I don't think it's Brock Purdy. I feel like Brock Purdy. Is this Garcia? Is it? It might be Alec. Oh, this one's tough. No cheating, guys. No Googling. No cheating. No cheating. I mean, if you played for 7 years, but you weren't very good, so you started more games, but Jeff Garcia was good, went to the playoffs. Oh, dude. I don't think it's Jimmy G. It's definitely Alex Smith or Jeff Garcia. It's total yards. Yes, total yards, entire career with the 49ers. So it would be Brock Purdy in one season for sure. But altogether, it's either Alex Smith or Garcia. Yeah, it's not Brock Purdy. I'm gonna say Alex Smith. I think it's Alex Smith. Because he did have that stretch where he played really good. But then again, Jeff Garcia played great from the start. It's 49ers all time, Michael. 49ers all time. This century. Out of these 4 quarterbacks. I'm going to say Alex Smith. But you are right. So it's probably the obvious answer. Probably is not the right answer. Oh my God, here we go. All right. Here we go. Garcia has better passing numbers, I believe. Yeah, Garcia played great from the jump. Alex Smith, not so much. Just out of these 4 quarterbacks, Michael, just out of these 4 quarterbacks, this century. So not Joe Montana, not Steve Young or anything like that. I'm going to say Alex Smith. God damn it. At least you could say I didn't cheat. It was Garcia. Garcia has the most passing yards this century. No cheating, guys. No Googling. No cheating. Which 49ers quarterback has the most rushing yards this century? It's not Trey Lance. It's not Brock Purdy. It's Colin Kaepernick. Right? It's got to be Colin Kaepernick. This one's Colin Kaepernick. Like, I'm not even. Yeah, Michael says Colin. It's got to be Cap. Can we call Francis Salvador? Like it's How I Want to Be a Millionaire. So far, Strawberries undefeated. It's definitely Cap. It's got to be Cap. How many starting quarterbacks did the 49ers use in Kyle Shanahan's first season in 2017? What was it? So CJ Beathard, Brian Hoyer, Brian Hoyer. I don't think Nick Mullins was there yet. Michael says 4. Did he use 4? I think he just used 2. Garoppolo, too. That's right. I think Mullins was there the year after. Salvador says 4. Michael says 4. I'm going to say 3. Because it was Jimmy G, CJ Beathard, and Brian Hoyer. Yeah, I thought Mullins came in later. Is there a fourth guy? Is there a fourth guy? Yeah, for real, Juan, for real. Future was relatively bright after that. I'm gonna say 3. I can't think of the fourth quarterback because Mullins came later. We traded for Jimmy G. I know Beathard started. Brian Hoyer played for like 5 games, 6 games, something like that, 7, something like that. It might be 4. Why do I think it's 4? I'm gonna say 3. Ah, let's go, baby! 3, let's go! All right. I knew Mullins came later. I knew it. I knew Mullins came later. I knew it. All right. Which 49ers quarterback has the most wins under Kyle Shanahan? It's definitely not Nick Mullins and CJ Beathard. It's got to be Brock Purdy. Is this Brock Purdy? Strawberry's on fire right now. Is this Brock Purdy? Y'all say it's Jimmy right now? Yeah, maybe I just want it to be Brock Purdy. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, 2.5 seasons is not enough. Jimmy Garoppolo did miss a lot of games. Yeah, you guys convinced me. It's probably Jimmy. Yeah, it's Jimmy. It's Jimmy Garoppolo. I just want it to be. Which college did Brock Purdy attend? He attended Iowa. He attended Iowa. He went to Iowa. And George Kittle went to Iowa State. Strawberry, you're Googling. I know you're cheating. I know you're cheating, man. You can't fool me. You can't fool me. Yeah, I'm just joking. It's gonna be Iowa Hawkeyes. I don't even know what the mascot for Iowa State. It's Iowa State. I know it's Iowa State. I was just joking. Yeah, he went to I know he went to Iowa State for sure. Strawberry, you're cheating. I know you are, man. Iowa State Cyclones. All right. It's Iowa State. Iowa Buckeyes. It's Iowa State, yeah. Hey, let's go, baby. Let's do it. All right. What's the next one? Question 7. We got 4 more questions left. Could only math. You said he went to Iowa State. You would be pissed. Which college did Colin Kaepernick attend? Nevada. He went to Nevada. Yeah, I think he went to Nevada. For once, Troy says, for once, I'm not. All right. I would say Nevada. I'm pretty sure he went to Nevada. But I feel like I'm mixing that up with with Jimmy Garoppolo. Because didn't Jimmy Garoppolo also go to Nevada? Or am I tripping? Which college did Jimmy Garoppolo go to? No. All right. Let's go Nevada. It's either Nevada. I don't know why, but I keep seeing a different. It's Nevada. It's Nevada for sure, right? All right. Okay. Yeah. I knew the answer, but I was just like, I don't know. I was like, I knew it. I knew it. Right. It's one of those test things where like you know it, but then you start thinking like overthinking it and be like, is it? Who was the 49ers head coach when the team drafted Alex Smith? It's definitely not Jim Tomsula. It's not Mike Singletary. I'm pretty sure it's Mike Nolan. This one's Mike Nolan. This one's Mike Nolan. I'm confident. Michael says Mike Nolan. It's definitely not Jim Tomsula or Mike Singletary. It's Mike's as well. Yeah, so let's go with Mike Nolan. Let's do some Mike Nolan here. Let's go with Mike Nolan. Boom! All right, I got one wrong so far. All right, we're going to question 9. How many quarterbacks were selected ahead of Trey? Oh my God. Well, this one's easy too. This one's 2. I don't know why they put Jim Tomsula. That one's. I mean, you could have done so many. Like, if you should have gone further back with that one. Like, I can't even think of a coach. Like, you should have thought of the one. But it's 2, obviously. Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson. So it's 2. It's 2. Yay! We're passing with flying colors, y'all. We are dominating. We're at 9. We got 2 more questions left. This test is actually rather easy. Not going to lie. Which quarterback did 49ers select in the 7th round this year? Curtis Rourke. If you guys were paying attention to the show, if you were paying attention to the test, Juan did say, was it Juan or Strawberry? I don't remember who said it. I think it was Strawberry because he doesn't like when we talk about backup quarterbacks. But Curtis Rourke, he brought up Curtis Rourke. It's Curtis Rourke. How stupid pick is this? I like the pick. I actually like it. I hated it at the time, but after a while, I kind of fell in love with it. It's not, it's not Jordan James. So, like, this is like, are you an average fan or not kind of type quiz. Should have picked an offensive tackle instead. That was my thought process too in the 7th round. Get a tackle instead of a quarterback. We know, thanks to Larry, you should pass this test. Like, if you watch Larry Krueger, you should pass this test. Because he talks about Tanner Mordecai, talks about Carter Bradley. You know the situation there. Curtis Rourke, he doesn't really talk about him much. But if you watch Larry Krueger, you should know this answer. It's Curtis Rourke. Hey, scored 9 out of 10. Strawberry got 10 out of 10. Become a standard member to get full access to sports coverage and future quizzes. Maybe make up quizzes a little bit harder next time. That'd be great. That'd be great. That wasn't that hard. I hated it since he is injured and couldn't even compete for a spot. You're a dead-ass Jones. That's the interesting part. Is like we drafted him and we couldn't, can't even use him. So why'd you even draft him? I guess have the rights to him if you think he's that good later on in the future, I guess. All right, so this next quiz, we're not going to do it today, but we'll do it tomorrow. So if you guys want to study, you can. So tomorrow, if you guys want to study, this one is, can you name the quarterbacks who have started a game for the 49ers since 1999? So these are all the starting quarterbacks for the San Francisco 49ers since 1999. So from 75 all the way down to the ones even. So when backups even started. This one's tough. So if you want to study, do some study. We'll get into it tomorrow. We'll jump into it, try to figure it out. Obviously, the 75 is going to be Alex Smith. So if you had the test, you knew the answer to that one. These next bottom four, 2007, 2023, 2024. 2024 is going to be Brandon Allen for sure, top of my head, and Joshua Dobbs in 2023. That was, I believe, also Joshua Dobbs. No. Sam Darnold. That one's Sam Darnold. 2007, I don't know that one on top of my head. The two 1999 ones, 3 games, I don't know that one. I'm just telling you right now. I do not know those ones. 21 and 2022, 4 games. Trey Lance. 2017, 6 games. There's 2. It was one 2017 one, 2017 to 2020. All right. So that's going to be the next quiz we're going to do. Probably when I go live. I'll probably go live tomorrow. When's the preseason game for the Raiders? 1 p.m. tomorrow. I might go live tomorrow night after the preseason game. So we'll talk about the game, and then afterwards we'll take that quiz for some fun and see how it goes. But last comments, and we'll get out of here. One 49ers QB might play in the NFL. Could have drafted Holland Pierce. Oh my God, dude. For real. But except he's with the Eagles now. So I genuinely hope I'm wrong about that. I genuinely hope we're wrong about that. I'm wrong about Holland Pierce. Because if they got a future freaking tackle like I think they got, I'll be kind of bummed. We also should have drafted Junior Bacon Burger. Junior Bacon Burger. The one we cut, Tanner Mordecai. Yeah. Why is there only 2 slots in 2024? Dobbs started too. I think there's 2 2024s. There's 2 2024s. And then there's a 2022 to 20. So Brock has started 36 games. There's 3 2024s. So it's counting 2022 to 2024. And there's 2 players that just played in 2024. So yeah, so it's like there's teams that played. So like for example, it's gonna say 2021 to 2021, 2022, Trey Lance, and then one of them is gonna say 2017 to 2022, which is gonna be Jimmy Garoppolo probably. So it's how long they actually played for the team and how many starts they had in between that time. Is what it is. But yep, congratulations to Brock Purdy being engaged, man. Super happy for him, man. You're talking about Brock Lesnar. But congratulations to Brock Purdy. He's having a child, man. That's super awesome, man. Super happy for him. Congratulations to Brock Purdy. Super happy for him. So yeah, that's super awesome. He's gonna be a great dad for sure. So the 2022, 2024 is Brock, and the one each probably is Allen and Dobbs. Exactly. That's what it's going to be like. That's what it's going to be like for sure. So we got those right off the bat. So if you guys want it, we're going to do the quiz tomorrow after we talk about the Raiders game, and we'll jump right back into it. I'm going to bolt, get out of here. I'm going to make some food. I'm absolutely starving right now. Do I think Brock would use a belt? I don't know. There's controversial takes with like spanking your kids and stuff like that. I'm pro spank. I don't have kids, so that's not a concern. But but no. He doesn't look like a spank guy. Doesn't seem like a spank guy, but if he did, I wouldn't be against it. I'm not getting spanked. It's just like I'm not trying to get too much into it, but like I think there's a line you could draw between spanking a kid. Like there's some people out there that take it too far, where it's abuse, but spanking to a sense of like actual like. I think there's a line you can cross when it comes to spanking. Using a belt at like full whip, that's a little too far. I don't know. I don't have a kid, so I never really actually had to think about it. But I think you can cross the line when it comes to spanking. But there's also like you could do it, but also there's a line you can cross. So yeah, kids are brats. There's a line you can cross when it comes to it, where it's full on abuse. But I don't have a kid, so I don't have to worry about that. And I don't spank my I don't hit my pets, so I don't worry about that or anything like that. So, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna get out of here. I'll be back tomorrow. Gonna do a show after. We'll talk about the Raiders game, and we'll talk about the players, the good, the bad. Really jump into it. Have a great conversation and stuff like that. You know, I'm looking forward to it. And then afterwards, we'll do the quiz. We are back. We are back. I'm back. We're gonna do some lives. You guys are back. We're back. We're gonna continue having great conversations again. You know, the 2-month break is over. Yeah, you guys saw me at the Terror Dome show, but if you guys did see me that, I promise we're back. We're gonna do a lot more lives, and just really have a great time. When the season starts and begins, if there's a 49ers game on my TV, we'll watch the games together. Trust every single one of them. It's gonna be a great experience. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, this year is going to be an absolute blast. More football content, a lot more lives coming your way. And before we go, as you guys know, you guys make this go. This show, what I do here, is absolutely nothing without you guys. So thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, creating this family. Like I always said last year, and I'm going to say again this year, this has been the greatest experience. I've never experienced something like this, going live and having these conversations, and this family we're building together is just absolutely amazing. So thank you guys so much. I definitely appreciate it. And of course, as you guys know, hit that like button, because every single like makes my 49ers heart grow from here to here. All love, fam. I'll see you next video. Bang, bang, not a gang, baby.